back again with Chris Morris, Master Distiller Emeritus at Woodford and Old Forester. And if I was going to pick one bottle out of the Whiskey Row series, this one was like a light bulb going off the first time I tried it several years ago, and really kicked off what's been a fantastic lineup of these whiskeys, this Prohibition style. The gun to my head is people ask, like, what is one of the most consistently delicious overproof or high proof whiskeys on the market that you can literally just go to a store and buy? This is a delicious whiskey. I was kind of shocked at how good it was first time I tried it. This one never disappoints. Wow. It is so good. So why is this one so good?
Well, it's part of the Whiskey Row series. This is the best seller of the collection. And now we have 1924, the 10-year-old 1924, which is very limited in production currently, so it comes and goes. It tells the story of Old Forester with the whole Whiskey Row series. And what most people don't realize, that when Prohibition shut our industry down, but you could still get whiskey as medicinal whiskey.
Yep.
And Brown-Forman, our parent company, were one of 6 companies given a permit to continue to bottle whiskey as medicine. And Old Forester has been sold continuously since 1870 because of this medicinal whiskey permit that got us from 1920 to 1933. So back in the day, your typical bourbon was barreled at 100 proof. If you don't heat your warehouses, it'll probably stay the 103, 107 proof over the time it spends in barrel. But our founder, George Garvin Brown, in 1874, started using heated warehouses, which was somewhat common in those days. And that meant your proof will rise more in the angel share process than an unheated warehouse. And I'm not knocking unheated warehouses. Brown-Forman has brands like Jack Daniels that are aged completely in unheated warehouses. But Old Forester's always been heat cycled. So the proof would get about 115 proof. And that's the proof that Owsley Brown, the son of our founder, was bottling Old Forester as medicine during Prohibition.
More extraction, more evaporation.
Yeah. And then adding very little water to it. So you're drinking, basically this is Prohibition barrel strength.
Yep.
Is what you're drinking. But because our barrels will vary a little bit, we do cut it to make sure it's 115 proof on a consistent basis, as you noted. But this is really tasting history. This is how it was bottled 105 years ago.
Yeah, well, it seems to be a magical proof for this particular distillate and this particular age profile. It's great in cocktails because it's high proof. So if you're going to use it for an old fashioned, it makes a great one.
Because it doesn't drink hot.
No, it doesn't drink hot.
Most people say, I can't believe that's 115 proof.
Yep.
It's so smooth. And again, that's our barrel control, our batching process. Obviously, we've been making whiskey, not me personally, but making whiskey for 155 years now. We know how to do it.
Yeah, and people, we get Old Forester barrel proof single barrels from time to time, and I always tell people, like, in between releases, this is the one you should try because it's fantastic. And I would also say, and I've said this before, I love birthday bourbon, but I mean, we've had some Old Forester barrel proof single barrels. I would take that over a birthday bourbon.
Well,
now don't cut our allocation when I said that, but I'm just telling you that some of those barrel proof single barrels. I mean, we had one that was an 8th floor, 130 proof. Oh my God, that was one of the best whiskeys that I have ever tasted, actually.
Oh, that's great.
So there's really some gems in those warehouses.
Oh yes. Now, birthday bourbon is the unique vintage dated product where all barrels are from one single day of production. Now, you're talking about a single barrel, which individually can be just brilliant. But we're batching, again, a small number of barrels, but they're all from one day. And birthday bourbon is really to showcase how whiskey can vary from production date to production date. Yeah. Some years are better than others. Some have a different flavor profile, but it's meant to be another part of the Old Forester story. Each one of our products is telling a story about bourbon and about the oldest bourbon in the industry, which is Old Forester.
All right, so tell me, that favorite warehouse, favorite floor?
Oh, good. That's a great question. So all the warehouses at the Brown-Forman Distillery were built post-Prohibition. Because we built the distillery in Shiloh, Kentucky in 1935 after the original distillery, Prohibition closed everything. Bottling was not distilling. So the warehouses date from 35 to the last warehouse was built in 53, and they're all brick. One is smaller than the others, B. One is larger and taller, L. So again, you have variation in size. L has much higher floors. They hold 6 barrels per floor, high, 6 high. All the others are 3 highs. So you're going to have different heat zones. So it depends on what kind of whiskey you're looking for. I know I'm not dodging the question because that's a good consideration. If you want one of the softer versions, you're going to go to the first floors of G, H, I, J primarily. If you want the real robust whiskeys like you'll find in Statesman at 95 proof, again, pick any G, H, I, J 8th or 7th floor. And then, of course, we're batching floors in warehouses together to even get the 115. Birthday bourbons will come from one floor, one warehouse together. Right. So it gets really interesting. I'm a big Statesman fan. So I would say I would go with a G or H house.
High floor,
8th floor.
GH. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything to the kind of center of the warehouse versus like perimeter of the warehouse, closer to windows? Is there any?
Yes, you can
do you believe anything that people say about that?
Oh, yes. You'll have the center aisle where there's no windows and it's very dark, and then we have a lot of windows, and then the outer aisle has windows, and you could see a difference in the wood because the barrels along the windows are going to become orange in color because the wood exposed to the sun, it's changing. And when you get inside, the barrels will still be more of the original oak color. And of course, inner will be cooler, outer will be warmer. And that's why batching is important. Now you get one of those single barrels that you were so nice about. It may have come from an outer position on an upper floor, and it just had boom. And another, which will be milder, lighter, still delicious, could have been from a lower floor in an inner aisle.
Yeah.
But again, when you're batching and you're looking for consistency, you're going to bring all those differences together.
Love those warehouses, love those single barrels, the double oak Woodford or the 1920. You really can't go wrong. So appreciate you coming by and talking to us today.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.